All right, guys, remember last we left off, we got our, this is called the camshaft locating tool. It's to align these camshafts. We got that in place. Everything is great. Now we're going to put the timing chain on. The first thing you want to do, the very first thing you want to do is that this cam has to be lined up perfectly first. This is the exhaust cam. It has to be lined up. So what you want to do is, let me take a mirror here. Your cam gear, come on this side first, let me show them. There's your camshaft gear, and there's a mark right there. I didn't put that little green mark there, somebody else did, but in between that green mark there's a little indentation into the gear. That's what you're going to be looking for. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. All right, so now we got to switch view because the mark to line that up is on the back cover right here. So let me get a mirror. I'm going to put this mirror right in there.
Nice mirror. It looks brand new.
That's right. It is. That's right. All right. If you can look way in the back of the cover, you're going to see an arrow.
Can you like tilt the mirror just a little bit? We can kind of...
And actually somebody put a green mark on it too.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Right there.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Now you can see, you can tell the point of that arrow is lined up exactly to the mark on the camshaft gear.
Not on our view.
Well, I don't know what the heck y'all looking at, because if you look at that thing straight...
Oh, see, you didn't have that mirror right then.
Yeah, I had it right.
Because you just turned it and it lined...
Y'all vision is crooked. You need to stop watching my video.
Look.
It is. It is.
Look.
I'm looking right at it. Look. Yeah, I can see it. No, see, you're not. You're looking at it at a downward angle. You got to go right here.
Okay. No. Still. Hold on. That does not look lined up to me.
Okay, now look at it without looking at the camera. Look in here and see.
Oh, I guess it depends on the angle you're looking at. Alright, hang on. Okay, right there. Nope. Right there. Nope.
I can see what you're saying, because in the mirror it looks like it's off.
Yeah.
Tell you what, here, I'll tell you what. Here, go to the front of the car, because that's the way I'm looking at it.
The front.
Because you got to be looking at the front. And let me see here. Now you're gonna have to tell me which way to put the mirror.
Oh, so look at the mirror.
Right.
Oh, you said the front. What?
Now tell me which way to turn it. So hold on.
I would know. Okay. Wait a minute. Dag nabbit. I don't see the arrow. Wait. Oh, I went blurry. It's still not lined up from this angle.
How the heck are y'all looking at? I could see what you're talking about.
So then what do you mean, how the heck?
Because in the camera, it looks like it's off, but
yeah,
if I'm looking at it, I can see it dead on.
If you're looking at what? The mirror? If
I'm looking in the mirror without looking in the lens.
Oh, good heavens.
You know what, hold guys, I'm gonna put a mark. I'm gonna put a mark on the belt. So
what's that gonna do for us? We can see the mark clearly.
No, you don't understand. If I put a mark on the belt and that mark goes down along that gear line, you'll see that mark will go right to the tip of the arrow.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we did get a better angle. We took our expansion tank out of the way. So get that thing, pull it to the side. All right, let's see if we can look in there now. Let me move this hose out of the way.
Can I need a little light, please?
All right, let me get my little light. My stream light. I like this light.
Okay.
Am I too,
yeah.
I gotta go in between the gear and all.
I can see the mark on the gear, but not the arrow there. A little bit more. Go a little more. I mean, your light. Oh, that was perfect. There. Okay. Okay, lines up. Now we see it perfect.
Okay. Hey. See what we
Perfect
do?
angle.
You see what we do for you guys? Perfect angle. All right. The next thing we're gonna do. Oh yeah, let's check this out, guys. We got some great comments from Lynn, and there was somebody else, I forgot his name, to let us know that piece. Let me check the lobe on this. The piece that round piece, that goes to the camshaft follower, and that piece is broken. So it looks like we're gonna have to get a new one of those. But we're not worrying about that right now. Let's get our new parts, because the next thing we're gonna do is put our tensioner, bolt our tensioner up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our new cam adjuster right here. Cool. Got our old one. Here's our messed up tensioner. Broken all up. Here's our cam follower. Now, cam follower, you guys, again, I appreciate it. This is not supposed to be open like that. So we're definitely going to need a new one of those. And this little piece right here, nope, that don't go there. Oh man, wait a minute. Look at the pump. This pump is messed up. And this piece actually fit right in there. He's gonna need a new pump. This pump is messed up. Maybe this is what came apart, jumped around, messed up everything, but it's gonna need a new pump. Wow, that sucks. But that might be the beginning of our problems. We need to put this chain on so we can check to see if we got compression. The first thing we're gonna do is grab our new tensioner and put it on. Now, a new tensioner is gonna be mounted like this towards the back of the engine. What you're gonna see in a minute. Let me get the screws for it and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the first thing I'm gonna do before I forget, while I got the room right here, give me a nice fresh rag, and I want to clean up around here where the gasket goes. Ain't pieces. Good thing that piece dropped. Okay, I want to clean up where our new tensioner is going to set at. All right, our tensioner sets like this. So we got our 3 T30 bolts, and we're going to sit here and start them by a few threads so it's not cross-threaded. Figures this one's the first one tried to give me a hard time. All right, so let's get our other 2 in and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got them started. The next thing I want to do is get my T30 1/4" drive socket with my 4" 1/4" drive extension and my 1/4" drive ratchet. And what I want to do now is bring them in and tighten them up. Now, when I tighten them up, these are some very small screws going into aluminum, so you don't want to over tighten them. So when you tighten them down, that's all you want to do is go till it stops. Ratchet. As soon as it stops, a little bit more. That's it. All right, let's get the other 2 done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, now let's put the chain on. Guys, this part is very, very important. Matter of fact, let's go over here to the car and let me show you why this part is important. A lot of people, when they do this chain, they make a mistake in thinking that this cam is turning and the tension is on this side. No, the tension has to be over here. So when we put this chain on, all the tensions got to be over here. Then it's got to be it's going to be slightly kind of loose over here. So when we release this pin, the tension is going to go up in there. The reason why I'm telling you that's because this engine spins like this. So this cam right here rotates like this. So if it rotates like this, like clockwise, like this, and if this cam is staying still, that means when that gear turns, the bottom part is what's really driving this cam over here. Did I say that? That sounds... You know what?
Yeah, it's just clockwise because this is the back of the engine, right?
Right. So being
from the front.
Now that's clockwise, but being back here, now this gear is right here. So you got the chain going around here. If this gear is going to be turning like this.
Okay.
So it's going to pull this bottom of the chain, which is going to drive this. So all your tension's got to be up here, down here. And people make a mistake and putting all the tension up here.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. All right. So check this out, guys. I don't know what's wrong with Mitchell and all of them. They don't show you a little trick to this, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. We're gonna count. You're gonna have a dark link up there. Yeah, right there. What I want you to do is take your marker.
Racist.
It ain't racist. What I want you to do is take your marker. And what you're gonna do is count. 1. And you count these 4 links right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you want to stop. Let me get that started over here, bring it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't want to mark this link. What you want to mark is the link between the two. Because that's where your alignment mark is going to be putting on your new gear. So
what do we align it to?
I'll show you in a few minutes.
Oh.
Let's mark this up, and especially mark this up all on the other side as well. All right, so let's mark this, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are ready to go. Here's our chain. Here we go. Let's do this again. We got 1, 2, 3, starting from the dark link. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop at 9. There's the one we marked.
9.5?
Yeah, that's we'll go with that. 9.5. It's not the big links, the half, the one that's inside. Now that we got that, face the chain towards you with the dark link facing you. Then get our new camshaft adjuster with the gear on the back. Turn that adjuster over, and you're going to see a mark right there, an alignment mark. Take that alignment mark. Now, this chain is going to go on like that. This gear is going to go like that. So flip it over. That mark what you made.
Put it anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere you want. I don't care. Oh man, y'all give it a kidding. Don't be doing no stuff over there now. Line that mark right up there with the mark. Set this down to the side. The next thing you want to do is take your scouring pad.
Scour.
You want to go to this gear right here, and you want to clean up around the top because you're looking for a little dot.
What if it's on the bottom?
It better not be on the bottom.
Oh.
Well, if it was on the bottom, you see how these indentations right here on the cam?
Yeah.
It will be on the other side, and there's no way you're going to get this tool in there.
I see.
Now, there it is. Matter of fact, there it is right there. There's our...
Move your scouring pad.
You see the dot?
Yes.
That's our alignment. What we're going to do here is take our little marker and mark that tooth right there. Alright, the next thing you want, guys, is this is very important. They got the special tool that can go into here to turn this cam. You don't need that. Just get you a pair of vice grips. And you want to grip the camshaft right there. And you want to grip it over to this way because you're going to be pushing it this way. You're going to be turning that cam just a little bit that way. Alright.
Wait, can you show us one more time? I was too zoomed in.
Oh.
Which way we're pushing?
We're going to be pushing in this way. So we're going to be, this cam is going to be twisting just a little bit. All right. We got our new chain and tension, chain and camshaft adjuster. Our mark is lined up on this chain. Let's go over here. Put the chain on. And what you want to do, this mark right here, there's the dark link. Let's put that, line that up right there. Make sure this don't come off. Make sure that's on. Okay. Okay.
That's not right. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, over here, dang it, I should have showed them. There's a little piece that's protruding out of this camshaft adjuster that's got to go into the back of the, forget it here, dang it. I care about you guys, man. This little part right here that's sticking out, it's got to line up to the, it's got to go into the camshaft right there, that little indentation.
Okay.
It's not going to do that until we turn this cam. We cannot turn this cam. This cam is lined up with the mark already in the front. We got to leave that alone. But at the same time, we need tension at the bottom. Yeah, it sounds confusing. So let's go back to what we're doing. Get this lined up right there. Get the bottom one on. Okay. Now right now, I got it so there's tension down here and up here is kind of loose. So now what I need to do, right now, your camshaft adjuster, that little part that's protruding, it's going to be us a little bit before where it's got to go. So as we turn this cam, it's going to turn and lock into place. So you want to put that into place, make sure you got it in there, and then you want to slowly turn the cam back and forth until it locks into place. And then you got to make sure you have it perfect, because there we go. Okay, perfect. It just lined up. It is locked in there. Let's get our new bolt. Let's get our new bolt, and you want to stick the bolt in there. And let's get our socket and just bring that in by hand. Be right back. All right, guys, I got my poly drive socket in there. This is a size 10, and I'm putting that bolt. If you see how easy I'm putting this bolt in. If you have a hard time putting this bolt in, you definitely want to make sure you go ahead and wiggle this around. Make sure that gear is on. All right, get that in there until it stops. That is perfect. Now, guys, this next part is again very important, because now we got to torque this down. But by torquing this down, we want to make sure that we don't try to damage anything. Now the camshaft tool should stay in place, lock into place, but we're going to have to do 45 degrees also. Yeah, I know. So what you want to do is take your vice grip off now and go switch over to this cam. And what you want to do is let the vice grips rest up against the side of the head. Wait a minute, actually. Yeah. Side of the head. Tighten it down. Okay, that's going to give you an added security, added strength when we go to tighten this down. All right, so let's get our torque wrench and all and tighten this bolt up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now we're going to torque this bolt down. This bolt's torqued down. Hey, Phil, how's it going? Good. All right, guys, what are you laughing for?
Nothing.
All right, two steps. This is torqued down in. The first step is 20 Newton meters. And what I'm going to use is my foot-pound torque wrench, and that equals out to about 14.75 foot-pounds. So I got it set up, and let's go in here. There it is. Okay, the next step, guys, is 45 degrees. I'm like, what the heck? How the heck I'm gonna do 45 degrees? I ain't going out getting no torque wrench to measure no degrees. They lost their mind. And I don't blame you guys. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that socket in there just like that. We're gonna get our marker. Now, let's switch sides so I can make sure I'm right on. Now, if we go straight up and put a mark here. No. It's about right here. And a mark right there. From there to there is 90 degrees. And what we're going to do is put a mark on our socket right there. Is that lined up today? That's good. So, 90 degrees right there. Half of that is 45. So we got to, right there in the center, is 45 degrees. So, you know what we got to do. We got to get a 1/2 inch drive ratchet, and we're going to tighten this up until that mark lines up with that mark, and that's 45 degrees. Let's get our 1/2 inch drive ratchet, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. Get our ratchet here. Right there, 45 degrees. Perfect. Guys, we are good, man. You gotta check that out, man. Astral's the joint. Alright, guys, check it out. Now, we had a lot of oil. There's probably a lot of gas shot down into these cylinders from cranking it all the time. So we're gonna do two things now. We're about to check compression to see if it is. The one thing we gotta do is disconnect the fuel pump. So we gotta get the fuel pump fuse, pull it out, because if we don't, this line right here, even though we took out one fuel pump, this thing got another one. All the fuels are gonna come spraying out and mess us up. The next thing we're gonna do is take a little drop of oil, put it, not a drop, but like a capful, into each cylinder. So just in case too much gas went down there and drew them rings up and lost all compression, we get a false reading. We're gonna do that also, and we're gonna be removing this tool. Oh, but before we do that, our thing right here, pop that right out of there. That is ready to go, man. Got our tension down there. Great. All right. Oh, and we can get this off. All right. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Let's get this done. The next thing we're going to do, we forgot to do, let's remove all our spark plugs. And to remove your spark plugs, I am going to be using a 8.5 inch 3/8 drive ratchet with my deep 16 millimeter, or you can use a 5/8 socket. I'm going to go in here and get my pole driver. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Set this to the side. And a good little trick, get about a foot 3/8, this is about whatever, 3/8 hose. You can go in there and you can pick the plugs right on the next. All right, pick the plugs up. Now what I'm gonna also do is take my 5 millimeter hex socket, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this tool. And what I'm gonna do is take me some nice 1030 motor oil, and I'm gonna take a cap full and put it into each cylinder, because this engine's been cranking a long time, and them injectors been spraying fuel in there, which could have lost a lot of compression. So we want to make sure we put some oil in there, and that will build the compression back up. And when we come back, we're going to be removing the fuel pump fuse so we don't get fuel all over the place. All right, let's get that done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, got our tool off, got our spark plugs out, and just like I said, I'm going to take, now, if this works and the valves aren't bent, the car is going to smoke like crazy out of the tailpipe, but then it's going to burn off and go away. So let's get one cap full in each. and we'll be right back to remove the fuel pump fuse. Alright guys, we are on the passenger side of the vehicle. You want to open up the front door, and on the side over here, the end of the dashboard, there's going to be a cover. Just take your screwdriver, pop this cover out, and you're going to see some fuses right here. It's going to be the only one here, the 15 amp fuse. So you want to take your screwdriver, just pop that 15 amp fuse out, and that's going to stop that fuel pump from coming on. Now you got the primary fuel pump, which is the big one that we took off on the front, but then you also got a recirculation fuel pump in the fuel tank, and this one's to shut that off. So we put that down, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I connected my negative battery terminal. Let me get this rag down there just in case a lot of stuff leak out and all. Get that tucked down there. Now what I'm going to do here is first, just to get that oil circulated through the cylinders, I'm going to go ahead and crank the engine over just for a few seconds. And actually, if everything is good, the pistons, the rings didn't draw up, you actually should see oil shooting out of there or something. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
You see anything?
No.
Sucked. All right. So, got our compression gauge here. Let's try cylinder 1. Sometimes these things get hard to set, to get them to screw down. There we go. Okay. Let's hook this up. Here's our gauge. And let me crank it up. What we got?
180.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Set this down. Oh, you see that oil coming out of here. All right, we're gonna move on to the next cylinder. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are on to the second one. Let's hook this up, and let's try that out.
To 190.
That's good. That's very good. All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're going to check out number 3. All right, guys, we are on cylinder number 3 now.
Almost at 180.
That's good. All right, let's try out our last cylinder. Be right back. All right, guys, let's try out our last cylinder.
At 185.
185. So we are definitely showing some good compression. That is very, very good. Look at this. And the oil's coming out of here from the back, and that's why we got the rag down here. This is some real messed up oil. I don't think they did an oil change this in a long time or something, man. This ain't right. But that's gonna be changed also. All right, so what we're gonna do now is remove our gauge and all, and while I'm up here, I'm gonna clean off where the gasket goes, where the valve cover goes. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, cool. We got that wiped off. We wiped this off already for our timing chain cover. Now here's our cover right here. Here's our new gasket. And it's got little dowel pins on each side of there. And those will help to keep that, just pop that on, and they'll keep that gasket in alignment while we're putting it on. If we get up there. That's one. There's two. Okay, then you're going to have your 7 T30 bolts. Let's take our cover, bring it down here, go on, the problem I'm having here, you got seals right here, and you need a good idea to make sure a little oil is in there. Let's try this again now. There we go. There we go. It's on. Now let's take our 7 bolts, and we're gonna go around and put them all in by hand. Now here's a little trick. The top ones are pretty easy, but to get to the bottom ones, what you're going to have to do here is get your 4-inch, 1/4-inch drive extension with your T30 socket. Get you a little plastic or something here. And what you want to do is put it to the tip of the bit, and then get your bolt and squeeze it on, and it'll hold into place so you can go up under there. And I'll do one for you, so you gotta pretty much feel for where it's at. Like I know one is right there, so we're gonna go and we're gonna put that one in. And once you turn it by a couple threads, so that way you know you got it, you can back it up, and that's it. All right, let's get the rest of them in, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got all the bolts in. The next thing we're gonna do, take our same bit, and we're gonna tighten these up. Let me show you how we're gonna tighten these up. And when you tighten them up, you want to go till the ratchet stops, just a little bit more. That's it. All right, and what we're going to do is tighten up this one, then we're going to go down here to this one to make sure it goes on evenly, then we're going to go back up to here. All right, so let's get them tightened up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to do is take our M5 spline socket. You don't need the socket now, but what we're going to do is remove that bolt right here that we put in earlier. You see it?
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's get that bolt, put it to the side, and then take our wiring harness right here with our little bracket on it, and we're gonna bring that over to right there, and our socket. And what we're gonna do, use it. Let me see if I can put my hand in there and get in there. And get that bolt started. All right, cool. Now what we're gonna do is bring that down and tighten that up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we do is put our vacuum pump in. And from before, we got our 3 bolts. Dang it. 3 Torx bolts. Remember that with the big flathead. Let's get those bolts out of there. I must have put them in a little bit too much. So let's get those out and I'll be right back. All right, we got our bolts out. Gonna clean out any kind of dirt inside of here. All right, now down here, this is very important. This bracket right here is actually supposed to be hooking up to this, but we'll get that in there later. That's gonna bolt up right here on the bottom bolt, the big pan head of the vacuum pump. Make sure, because there's a ground wire hooked to that, so you want to make sure that it's connected. All right, let's get our vacuum pump. Now, our vacuum pump got a little thing in it. See a little piece right there? That's what turns and operates this vacuum pump. Inside the camshaft, you're going to see the slot what it goes to. Now, this is going to go just like, bolt up just like this. So, look at the cam. Bring it over here like that. And it don't have to be lined up perfect, because what you can do is once you get it lined up in there, you can actually twist this a little bit. Bam, there it is. All right, so let's get our 2 short T30 bolts. Start them in right here and right there. And you know what? Grab your big bill ratchet. Yeah, boy. Put that on. And now that you got that started, bring them in a little bit. Now for that bottom one, you got the big pan head bolt. So what you want to do is, you know, let's just bring that up. All right, I'm gonna have to go on this side. And find where that bolt is. Now I gotta go back to the other side.
What the?
I can't help it. Jeez.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Okay, it's right there. You gotta pretty much feel around for that thing. Dang it. Where it's at. You know what? Let's get this wiring harness into here so it can help us out a little bit better. There we go. And let's get that bolted in there. Really? Really, man? You gonna give me a... Heck yeah, this is bothering me.
Nobody asked you if it was bothering you.
Yes, they did. They said, Tim, you alright? You like you having a hard time over there. Finally. Alright. Got that? And let's tighten that up. Dang it. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the pump on. We are looking good, man. This job is great. Let's go down here. Connect our coolant sensor. Okay, then we're going to take off our M5 bolt right here, a spline socket. Then our overflow tank hose to our expansion tank. I'm going to bend that back down where we took it out at. And I'm going to get that. Of course, we got to get that. I'm gonna.
Oh, in your way.
Yeah. Gotta bend that back and get that bolt back in there. Alright? Be right back. Alright guys, we're looking good again. Plug up our solenoid over here. This one goes to the pump. This one goes to the pump. This one goes to the vacuum pump. We're not gonna hook this up yet. Give us some room to get these lines and all connected right here. But we can, if we wanted to, hook up this vacuum, this coolant hose. And get our pliers and hook that on. And then we're gonna clean up the valve cover and get ready to put that on. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our valve cover here. I'm just gonna clean this thing, wipe this thing up, turn it over, and we gotta remove this gasket. This gasket is, look at this guy. That's all supposed to be rubber. And with the difficult part about this is removing this valve cover and getting it from around the valve cover bolts. This is gonna take a while, man. Look how dry rotted this thing is. This is like, I think this is the original valve cover gasket that's supposed to have been up here. We gotta break this gasket up around all the bolts just like that. So let's get this off and we'll be right back. All right, guys, look at that. We got that cleaned off, and once I pop those old things out, all our bolts came right out of there. That's cool, because that's going to be great for what we need to do next. Now, what we need to do, and you can see, here's our spark plug grommets right here. And you can see how flexible this gasket is. That's how that one is supposed to be. So, let's get this lined up and... I ain't got that lined up the first time, huh? I wonder, can this go either way? I wonder if this is for the front. Oh well, I don't know. Anyway, let's get these pushed in to place. And then we're gonna start taking our bolts. Let's try one right here. We're gonna push our bolts through, and then you're gonna push your gasket around it. And that locks it, keeps it right into place. Let's do one more. Push the bolt through. Pop the gasket around it. All right, let's get all of them done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our gasket on. Everything looks good. Make sure everything's out of the way. Now this clamp on all, we cut off and all, messed that up. Let's put this new clamp on it. And then, let's turn our valve cover. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Let's turn it over. Put it into the big holes over there. Make sure it goes in there first. And then, get that little hose out of the way. And then we're going to slowly lower our valve cover down. Make sure the gasket remains in place. Make sure all our bolts are lined up. Okay. And I'm going to take my little T30 Torx and I'm going to start bringing the bolts in just by hand, just a little bit, going around to make sure all of them are lined up. All right, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, all bolts are started. Now I'm going to start with my big bill ratchet with my T30 socket, 4-inch extension, and my reducer, 3/8 down to 1/4 inch. And you want to start from the center bolts, work your way out, and then go to the outside ones. And you're gonna bring this down. These bolts, if you're doing this by hand, these bolts can't be over tightened. Well, you keep on tightening, they will break. So actually, let me do one with a 1/4 inch drive ratchet so you guys can get what's going on. You wanna bring that bolt down. That bolt will stop and just a little bit more. That's it. The bolt won't go no more because of the way it's made. Then you're going to start working your way out to this one, then the other two, and then start tightening up the outside ones. All right, let's do that and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are in the home stretch. We're running. All right, the next thing we do is we got our little 3/8 holes over here, or 10mm. this metric being in. Goes right here on this port on the valve cover. Let's get that on. And then gotta push this covering back to get to the clamp. And then we're gonna bring that clamp up here with a pair of pliers. Doing work around here. Now we got this vacuum hose to put in. Just put this in till it clicks. Okay, didn't click, but it's good. Go around here. Let's get the bottom one, this big one over here. Get that one in. That one click. Get that one on. Then hook up this one. That one's on. This going to the fuel pump. That. Tighten it up. And then we got two T30 bolts that go into here to the front of the cover. It's going right into the valve cover. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, got my big bill ratchet, my 3/8 to 1/4 inch, and my T30 socket. You see how I can control that speed, man? That's what you talk. That's what you call experience.
You really had a battery or something?
No, when you squeeze it really lightly.
It beeps. Oh. What's up with that?
That's how good I am.
I don't know what that means.
Alright, let's take our wiring harness, put it up here for our coils and our new spark plugs. And then we go here and set our front cover on. There you go. And you gotta turn this 90 degrees, either clockwise or counterclockwise. And that's it. Now we gotta get in touch with the customer about the pump and all, and go from there, because we can't put this thing on. We do not want to take a chance. The lobes on the cam looked it good, so I don't want to put this old pump in there to try it out or anything, because I don't want to damage that. I don't want to be responsible for anything. So we gotta let him know. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I was just over here cleaning up the coils to get ready to put them in, and I'm noticing a crack on them. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm not sure if these was causing a misfire. Did the check engine light was on? I have no idea. We have no idea at all how this car was running. So
first time customer.
Yeah, so we have no idea. So we'll let them know. And my suggestion to them right now is, let's just put these in to make sure everything is all right. The car starts up after the fuel pump and all. We're gonna go from there. All right, we'll be right back.